Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review of Black Sails on Starz. This week we've seen Season 4, Episode 3. Um, Mixed feelings on this episode, guys. I apologize that this one's a little bit late, but I just wanted some space between watching and reviewing The Walking Dead and watching and reviewing this one, so I had to catch the replay. But good episode overall. I'm not going to deny the quality of it. But writing-wise, this, not that anything was actually real, terrible with the writing. I'm just saying, like, writing-wise, this episode pissed me off. With the character death featured. And yeah, so massive, spoiler warning in the title. This episode we've seen the death of Blackbeard, Edward Teach. And you can kind of figure this was coming at some point. With him going after the ship that sailed out, after Rogers and such. You felt like it was too good to be true, because it was kind of playing into the plan and such from the other end of it. But this episode just made me hate Rogers even more than I already did. And I did like how it tied into the opening of you seeing that flashback to how Rogers handled the situation previously, how they couldn't be good men anymore. They had to sort of like flip this switch and be just this brutal, almost worse than the pirates at times type of people. It was just hard to see a character like Teach, who had a lot of knowledge, a lot of layers as a character. I felt like, and Ray Stevenson I thought did a really, really excellent job in the role. I would have liked him staying on the show longer, but it is the last season, and again there's the point that Silver's rising up as this new pirate king, so the old pirate king has to die, right? So he kind of knew this is coming. I was sort of expecting Teach to more so go down in like a blaze of glory type of thing. But at the same time, it is fitting of this type of world to have a death such as this and have it play out as this did. They did the whole key hauling thing, which hasn't been done like a whole lot, from what I understand, in most TV shows and movies. It was definitely brutal. At first, I thought they were just gonna like drop him down into the water and have him hit the bottom. Once or something, and just like that'd be more of like an instant thing. So I guess they wanted to try and make more of a statement out of it. What they do is they drop him and then they drag him along the ocean floor, which is really brutal. We've seen most of what was left of Teach as it went along, just more and more blood, more and more cuts all over him and things like that. Definitely brutal. And it almost makes you wonder who the real monsters are and such, even though we've always really seen it from the pirates' perspective and things like that. It was still hard to see, because I did like Teach quite a bit. I really liked Stevenson's performance, and I really want Rogers dead now, please. I know it's partially based off of real history anyway, along with the Treasure Island book. But really, we need Rogers to die. Eleanor, Max, they can all just I'm tired of Max and Eleanor getting away all the time too. I hope both of them, just please, both of them die. Oh boy, one of them at least, please. I was disappointed with Rackham, too. I understand that maybe he didn't want to fire on the boat when Teach and Bonnie were boarding it. Because he didn't want to like hit her or something, I don't know. But the fact that he also surrendered, I thought was an odd move on his part. Teach didn't seem too pleased with it either. Because at the very least, he could say he didn't surrender to him or anything. He was brought down and captured and such. But Rackham surrendered, and I was disappointed in him, not just for Teach's sake, but for Charles Vane's sake. Because I don't think Vane would have approved of Jack doing that either. He really would have meant it when he said "fuck you, Jack" if he's seen that thing play out. So I don't know. I've always found Rackham to be a fine, somewhat entertaining character, but now I couldn't really care less about him because of how he handled this here. I hope Bonnie gets away, but I wouldn't mind if Rackham was killed at some point soon. So yeah, it was unfortunate to see Teach go like that, but at the same time it does partially play into real history and the legend. I know this isn't exactly how he died, but the history with how he died is a bit shoddy. So what the people did with the show, behind the show, is sort of combine these different ideas of what may have happened and played out. And in a way, Teach is tough as nails. He kept surviving that, over and over and over and over. Rogers is trying to make a statement out of it, but the fact that Teach kept surviving, it sort of threw a wrench into like this huge statement Rogers is trying to make, using him. And he basically had to resort just to finally just giving up and shooting him in the head. So he didn't really deliver as strong a message as he wanted, and now there's going to be this legend about how Teach was dropped into the ocean, over and over, and he didn't die. He just kept on, coming back, coming to. So I think that says a lot about Teach, still, holding on the way he did. In a way, I would have liked to have gotten some dialogue from Teach, have him have some, maybe not like a grand speech. I know not every character could realistically have that chance. But maybe if he just got like a line or two or something that just got into Roger's head or something, I think that would have made it a little bit better. But again, I understand realistically that couldn't always happen. But I'm trying to take comfort in the fact that Teach sort of had that little smirk when Rogers first looked at him, and the fact that Teach kept on, surviving what was happening to him, the whole key hauling thing. I think it delivered a decent message, though. And then you got Long John Silver and fucking Captain Flint still out there, so they're still gonna have a lot to deal with. Trust me. And then with Max, she was sort of being looked into, for her meeting with Silver. And Silver, meanwhile, we see him and Flint reuniting, and they meet Israeli hands and such. I liked how that played out, their little moment of, Flint and Silver seeing each other again. That was good. And of course, Silver, reuniting with his love. And Maddie, I think is her name, isn't it? I could be wrong about that. Don't kill me. And then I like their assault, at the end. I like how that played out, as they had just hung some of Silver's men, but Silver comes in and they just dismantle this group when they show us these numbers with Maddie's help that they have behind them. Flint got in some of the good action there, and surprisingly Billy actually shows up as well and helps them, whereas before they're talking about how they might have to deal with him at some point, how they're pretty much going to be at odds at each other's throats for the rest of the series, but then Billy actually helps them out here, and him and Flint have a brief sort of stare. So I don't know, maybe Billy is seeing like there's still like this greater purpose with working together against this. Hopefully he's becoming a little bit more or a little bit less short-sighted perhaps, but we'll see how this plays out during the rest of the final season. But yeah, overall, this was a good episode. I just can't say I loved what happened, because I'm definitely pissed at Rogers. And I really, really hope we get to see his head on a pike or something. Whether it follows real history or not, let's just kill him off. Along with Lord Max, please. But yeah. I'm not going to be able to handle seeing something like this happen to Flint, so let's let Flint take care of shit and walk off into the sunset or something, alright? But yeah, overall I did like this episode, though I'm not going to deny the quality of it. I'll still give it about an 8.7 out of 10. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought about this one. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, and I'm just gonna promise I am gonna review every single episode for this final season here, because Black Sails is a damn good show, and after something like this I gotta talk about it each week, and just imagine what the finale is gonna bring. The final episode, it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, catch you guys next time. Peace.